Sandy Alcantara. Chris, what should we keep an eye on here with him?
Well, he comes at hitters with a 5-pitch mix, so for him, it's always interesting to see how he utilizes those weapons. He may lean on 1 or 2 pitches depending on how things are going and how things are working, but if he can control 4 or even 5 of those offerings, look out, hitters. It's going to be a tough day. He's really going to be able to keep those guys off balance.
Luis Robert Jr. leading things off and takes a strike. That's out to center field. Adele hauls it in for the out. And there's one away. And now the DH, Jose Miranda. One of the best in the game against right-handed pitching. The lefties, however, that's another story. Clips the corner. 0-1. Singy, is this more common today? Guys really only succeeding against pitchers throwing from a specific side?
I think it's because you just don't get a very long trial period anymore. I mean, with the analytics and the numbers, teams are looking for instant success with the lineups that they construct. So if you don't figure it out quickly against certain types of pitchers, you're just not going to get those opportunities.
Swing and a ball ripped out towards right center field. That'll touchdown for a hit. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. The throw in. Safe at second.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Intentional walk coming here, and that sets up the double play possibility with one away and runners at first and second. First and second, one out. Zach Neto, the next Twin up to hit.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Just missed.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Runners at first and second with one gone here in game 1 of the World Series. There's a strike.
Boy, he's realizing out there on the mound that he's got to settle in pretty quickly or else he's going to get hit hard in this first inning.
And no one can get there. And they hold the runner at third, but the bases are loaded now with one out.
Now, just a nice job coming through in a pretty high leverage spot right there. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
That's a strike across the top of the zone. Miranda at third. Alvarez over at second. Neto over at first with one away. In the dirt, but kept close. But no advance from the runners. That's ripped into the outfield. Squeezes it. Runner tags from third. In there safely.
Well, he hit that one pretty well. I think it would have been a lot more than a sac fly if not for that nice play by the outfielder to track it down. Good job of getting the run in.
Nolan Arenado in the box with 2 gone and takes a look at a called strike. Hammers that one deep left field and forget it. And they add on. It's 4-0. So 2 down, and now for the Twins, Matt Wallner. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95.
Well, a really rough inning out there on the mound. And this is one of those where you learn a lot about a guy's toughness and his ability to turn the page.
The tag, and they got him. And that'll do it. Back here with my pal Siggy. Today's starting pitcher, Framber Valdez. Chris, what are you looking for from him?
He really relies on working down in the zone with that heavy sinker he's got. You know, it's not as popular to throw that pitch today as it used to be because guys are looking to hit balls down in the zone, get them up in the air. It's very important for him when facing same-side hitters to be able to get it in, especially early in the count. And to opposite guys, be able to throw it at that front hip and run it over the inside corner.
Up the middle. On to first. One gone, bottom half of the first. So here's d'Arnaud with one out. And first offering is fouled off. Curve in the dirt. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike two.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
2-2.
Left field. Alvarez in position. Hauls it in for the out.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. Foul ball. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. That swing so reminiscent of his dad. Lots of pop. And it is 2-1. He swings and fouls one off. And that one hammered. That's back there. That one is gone. He circles the bases. It's 4-1. Here's Teoscar Hernandez. Laser could be trouble. Around first and hustling for second. And that's a double.
All over that one right there. Absolutely smoked that baseball. What a swing. Sent it out way faster than it came in, of course. 113 off the bat, and no matter where you...
Oh, now this one gets away at the plate. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance. 2 outs.
They've got him working a little harder in this first frame than he anticipated.
And a pitch. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Aimed to score is the runner from third. And it's an RBI single. And it's now a 2-run game.
Well done. Drives in the run. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
Ward forced to get out of the way of the first pitch. Line drive. Robert pulls it down, and that is that. Game 1 of the World Series. And now for the Twins, Willie Castro. Let's talk about great individual postseasons. One that really sticks out to me is Ricky Henderson in 1989. He hit .441 with 3 homers and 11 stolen bases, leading Oakland to a World Series championship. It's in and out of his glove, and it's in time. It wasn't the smoothest play you'll see today, but they still get the out. Ryan Jeffers at the plate. There's a swing and a drive. 2 away.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Robert, the batter now, as he swings and misses for strike 1. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. And there's a hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
Next to hit, Jose Miranda.
Man, when I
safe at second, and he easily steals the bag. 2 outs. On the ground, Guerrero slings to first, and that is that. Back here at Angel Stadium, bottom half of inning number 2. So in now for the Angels, Nolan Schanuel. Valdez back to work. Right through there for a strike. In the air to left, down the line. And that drops foul. This one blasted the other way, down the line, and it's a foul ball.
There's a guy right there that really trusts his hands. I mean, you have to wait a little bit longer with the breaking ball. He did that, and he still had the power to drive it the other way. Just couldn't keep it fair.
Into left center for a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. That could be a really tough pitch to handle, a front door breaking ball, but he did a great job staying in there, keeping that front shoulder closed. He didn't spin off the ball and hook it foul, which happens so many times.
Change up on the corner, and that's a strike.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And that one is in for a strike. Good pitch.
Good approach right there. You want to get something just a little higher that you can elevate. Stay out of that double play.
The next pitch misses, and the count now even up.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
A sliding stop. There's one. Out with the pitcher covering. It's a 3-6-1 double play. This is Bryson Stott. His home run numbers stand out, Chris. Nobody has hit more in his team. And first offering is fouled off. 2 out, space is empty. Next offering upstairs. The 1-1 is fouled off. Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field, and that extends the inning. Back to the top of the lineup, Luis Rengifo gets a chance to hit here. In the dirt. Runner on the go. Ball misses. Safe at second, and that was not close. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position.
No, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if he'll walk you.
There's the strike.
Well, he left that changeup up. Got away with one there, and he'll take it, but doesn't want to make that mistake again.
Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. Stop. Headed for the plate. He'll score. It's an RBI single. It's 4-3.
Well, patience and discipline paid off right there as he got into an advantage count. Just kept it simple. Played Pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
Darno stands in here. Takes ball 1 low. That's to third. What a stop. Over to first. Nicely done for the out. And we're back. Top half of the 3rd inning. And now Yordan Alvarez. Alvarez goes 6 feet 5 inches, 235 pounds, and he was born in Cuba. And before the pitch, he steps off. That one is absolutely belted. Great effort on the leaping grab. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Zach Neto.
I just love watching Alcantara get ready for games, Boog. He turns into a different person, just usually cracking jokes and having a good time. But start days are a different story. That's when things get serious for this guy.
Swing and a ground ball. 2 up, 2 down.
Good onside run and sink on that pitch right there. Got inside on him and got him to bounce into that out.
Here's Josh Naylor. That one missed. Next offering upstairs.
2 balls, no strike.
Foul ball there. 2 down, nobody on. Line to left, and that is that. Bottom of the inning. Here's the third baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. This guy who grew up in big league clubhouses, got to be a nice feeling, Siggy, when your father played in the big leagues and he passes down all that wisdom. That one ripped. Lays out and makes the play. And now Teoscar Hernandez. Game 1 of the World Series here tonight, and all he's hoping is that the success that he's had in the first couple of rounds continues.
The great thing, you're here in the World Series. Now just try to have fun. The performance has been outstanding, and why should it stop now?
How do they cool him off?
Well, they're going to be extremely careful.
Swings and blasts one deep to left center. High bounce, takes it over the fence. That's an automatic double. Jorge Soler up at the plate. Singled and drove in a run his first time through. This ball's chopped on the ground. Throw to first in time. Taylor Ward getting ready to hit. Splits the plate. That's strike 1.
Well, he had a pretty good look at that pitch and not sure exactly what tied him up there. Couldn't pull the trigger.
Oh, he gloves it. All set for the start of the inning. Here's Nolan Arenado. That one missing inside.
Well, he hasn't quite settled in out there. 4 runs in 3 innings. He's going to have some quick 1, 2, 3 innings to pitch deep into this ball game.
And that is out of play. Out to short, stop. In plenty of time to first. And they get Arenado for the out. Next to hit, Matt Wallner. He's 0 for 1. That one lifted to left. Ward running hard to get it. And there's 2 away. 2 down, base is empty. And next for Minnesota, Willie Castro. Grounded out his first time. Liner, and this could be trouble. Now he'll turn for second. The throw in. But he's in there easily.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. First pitch fastball in a great spot to do some damage, and he squared it up nicely.
Now here is Ryan Jeffers. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Gets to it, on to first. Got him. Inning over on the strikeout. And welcome back to the ballpark. Ready to go, bottom 4. So in now for the Angels, Nolan Schanuel. Swing and a high fly ball to left. 1 away. Here's Jo Adell. 0 for 1 so far. High in the air, out to right. Wallner has a beat on it. 2 down. Bryson Stott, the next to hit for the Angels. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. That one hit to right. Wallner makes the grab, and that's the inning. Game 1 of the World Series. And now here's the big center fielder, Luis Robert. Alcantara back to work.
Well, Boog, after watching the first inning of this one, you would not have expected that this pitcher would be in such a groove and still in the ball game at this point.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
He was all over that one. He wasn't able to elevate it, but he put a great swing on it. Right on time, good balanced approach, and just blasted it through the infield.
Miranda lays off down low as he digs in for the 3rd time. Pitch misses, and it's 2-0. Chris with that distraction and a speedy guy at first. Robert on the go. And there's a hit. Throw back in quickly. 1st and 2nd now with nobody out.
Back-to-back singles, just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
Here's Jordan Alvarez. And that one fouled off. 1st and 2nd, no outs here in game 1 of the World Series. And fouled off. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Going to count 1 and 2. And that one missing low. In the dirt. No advance. Good job behind the dish. Got him looking. That's a strikeout. So up next, Zach Neto. 1 for 2.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boo.
And that one finds its way through. Runner around 3rd. He will score, and they take the lead.
Comes through with the RBI. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock. And you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
And he hits a ground ball right side, and foul ball. 2 on, 1 out. Liner snagged it first.
That at bat is a positive sign, even though it probably doesn't feel like it. He hit the ball hard, but it doesn't always work out in your favor. Sometimes a defender is there to make a play.
That misses the zone. 1-0. Swings through that one for strike 1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And that one is lifted in the air. Hernandez settles underneath it. He's got it. And that is that. Back in Anaheim. And now it's the switch hitting second baseman, Luis Rengifo. Base knock right field. So a man on base to start the inning.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Just missed. d'Arnaud takes a strike. Nobody out. Runner at first. This one in the air. Jeffers settles underneath it. And there's one down.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
I love the fact that we've seen both Vladimir Guerrero and Vladdy Jr. win the home run derby.
Not in time. He's safe.
No, he's in there. Safe.
2 on, 1 out. Now it's the right fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
One and out.
Squirts away a little bit. Runners stay put. That's ball 1. Rengifo, the lead runner, out at second. Guerrero at first. 1 gone. On the ground, could be 2. Over to Castro for 1. On the Naylor. They get 2. Back here at Angel Stadium, new inning getting started. And now for the Twins, Matt Wallner. Wallner in his second season, 27 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2019. First offering misses badly for ball 1. Line drive, and this might be trouble. But now he holds it first with a leadoff single. A little surprising he didn't try for 2. This is Willie Castro. That one misses, and it's 1-0. Fouled off left side. And a ground ball to first. Over to Stott for 1. Over to first, safe. And now the catcher comes up to him. Ryan Jeffers. Both 2 in this one. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move to the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just going to have to tip your cap on that pitch.
Swung on, belted. Adele on the run. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners with 1 out. Into third now. So runners at the corners and 1 out. Here's Luis Robert, also known as La Pantera. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. Adele makes the catch. Runner tagging from third. The relay throw. It's off the mark, and he scores.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
On the ground, out to short. And that is that. And we're back, bottom of the 6th. And now here is Jorge Soler. Brock Stewart comes on now.
And this is an important part of this game. Tight score and still a lot of outs to get. So they're looking for a big outing out of them right here to get some critical outs.
Toss to Naylor. 1 away, bottom of the 6th. Taylor Ward digs in now. And first offering is fouled off. Fastball for a strike. 1 out, base is empty. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And next for the Angels, Nolan Schanuel. Ball 1, no strikes.
1-0.
Lined, and that's a base hit. And that keeps the inning going. So digging in, Jo Adell. That's a strike, attacked with the sweeper. Schanuel off of first with 2 away. That one drifts inside. Swing and a ball line to center. Coming on Robert, and he's there, and that's the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. Top of inning number 7. Now the left fielder, Yordan Alvarez. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Bird. He's someone that fills up the strike zone, so he doesn't give up a lot of walks, but because he's in the zone so much, a decent amount of hits occur.
And he's got to get ahead early in the count and then be able to mix up his speeds, add and subtract some velocity, but command is the big key, throwing the ball where he wants to.
And Air Yordan is grounded by the K. Zach Neto now at the plate. Just missed. That's towards center. Moniak has this one sized up. He's there. He's got it. 2 down. 2 out. Space is empty. And now it's Josh Naylor. Up the middle. Stop. Handles. Throws to first. And that is the inning. Back in Anaheim. Now it's the shortstop, Bryson Stott. That's hard hit in the line. And there's 1 down. At the plate, Luis Rengifo. And takes low for ball 1. And he pumps in a strike. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Makes the turn and heads for second. It's a double, and he's 3 for 4 tonight.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Slings to first in time.
That's a huge defensive play in the late stages of the game. It might not be the most challenging we've seen today, but it needed to be made. That's helping your team.
Guerrero, the next to hit, takes ball 1. In the air out towards right center. Robert sizes this one up. Makes the play, and it's out number 3. Back here at Angel Stadium, we go to the 8th. So now it's Nolan Arenado. First offering, and it just misses. On the ground to third. Leadoff man is out here in the 8th. So up next, Matt Wallner, 1 for 3. Out towards right center field. Moniak makes his way towards it. Makes the catch for the out. 2 down, base is empty. Now it's the second baseman, Willie Castro. In the air, left field. Ward running hard to get it. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. And we're back. And now the right fielder, Teoscar Hernandez. On the mound now for the Twins, Yohan Duran.
Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the ninth, that closer's coming in.
And that one fouled off.
You know, these Angels doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. Double-digit hits, and they've done a great job of avoiding the strikeout. Only one of them so far, which tells you a lot.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that's the first out. And next is the designated hitter, Jorge Soler. And first offering is fouled off.
Some real good life going through the zone on that one.
Swing and a high fly ball hit the air, left center field. This one's got a chance. And it's gone. He made him pay for that one. And they're chipping away. It's 6-4. So 1 out, nobody on. And the batter now, Taylor Ward. On a line, base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away. And now, Nolan Shotwell. Coming out of the bullpen for the Twins, Danny Coulombe.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Tying run at the plate. Right through there for a strike.
No need to offer that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
Just off the inside corner. And the count 1-2. The tying run at the plate. Into center. Neto on the move. Grabs it on the run. 2 away down.
That's a really nice play, ranging back into the outfield for that catch. We all know those can be a little tricky, especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
Moniak in the box now. No balls and a strike. And a foul ball. Foul ball left side. He'll see another.
Looking very settled on the mound here in the 8th. One more out, and they'll probably hand it off to their closer for the 9th with at least a 2-run lead.
Next pitch is outside. With the tying run at the plate here in the late stages of game 1. This one in the dirt. Lifted in the air out to left. Alvarez in position. And that is the inning. But not before they answer back with a solo home run. It's now. We go to the 9th. Now, Ryan Jeffers. Kraus back to work. Kraus in his 2nd season, 26 years old, and he was a 2nd-round pick back in 2017. Strike 2. On on the ground to short. Stott over to first in time. And the leadoff man retired here in the ninth. So here's Robert now. And that's downstairs. And that is ball one. Dives and he can't hang on. He makes the throw, but it's not in time. He's in safely, and now there's a runner at first. Stepping in, Jose Miranda. And a slider misses down and away. Robert leads off first with one away. Robert on the go. That's in for a strike. Tag, save, stolen base. d'Arnaud too late with a throw. Rips that one center field. And a base hit. And now two aboard.
2 consecutive base hits for this team. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
To the right side. Boots it. Still finds a way to get off a throw. And they get him. The misplay made it a bit messy, but they cleaned things up for the out. Now the cleanup hitter for Minnesota, Zach Neto. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1.
One strike.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Oh, great grab on the dive. On the money. Nice play. Bottom of the ninth. And now the shortstop, Bryson Stott. Just off the inside edge. Cut on and lifted in the air. Robert moves under it. Drops into the glove. And a quick out, number one. And next for L.A., Luis Rengifo. And here's the closer to try and finish off game one. Griffin Jax.
And I can't imagine any save is an easy one. You're holding a small lead on the scoreboard, and you know those hitters are going to give you the best at-bats they can. So it's always high stress. Let's see what he's got here to try and close it out.
Swing and a line drive ripped out into left center field. That'll touch down for a hit. Here at the bottom of the ninth, one out. d'Arnaud will hit next. Yeah, that's fouled off. The Angels trailing by 3 here in game one of the World Series. Fastball is outside. Inside. And it's 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Hit hard to the ground and up the middle, base hit. And that forces the runner to hold on at second. 2 on with 1 away. And a big spot here for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. That's outside. Ball 1.
This is the guy they turn to get the most important outs of the ball game, but they're going to make him work to get this save. The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Tying run at the plate. Check swing, appeal to first. No swing, just held it back there. Missed inside with the curve.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Line drive, caught. They put the tag on him, and that'll do it. Ball game.
Winning never gets old, but it's also important to come out and play with some level of a fear of failure. That's what brings out the best, knowing that if I don't bring it today, we could lose. And nobody likes to lose, especially when you work this hard to play at this level. Nice win today.
This one finishes with a final of 7-4. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.